Yahushua too. Yahushua said, if there be any other way, pass this cup away from me. But let it be thy will be done. But I'm gonna ask you again in a couple hours. Right? Who wanna get crucified, man? Read what you got.
Verse 13. He answered me and said, I went into a forest, into a plain, and the trees took counsel and said, come, let us go and make war against the sea, that it may depart away before us, and that we may make us more woods.
So now these are things that should live in harmony together. The trees and the sea. But the trees made war against the sea and said, we don't want you, we want to make more wood. Come on.
Verse 15. The floods of the sea also in like manner took counsel and said, come, let us go up and subdue the woods of the plain, that there also we may make us another country.
So now let's make more ocean and more water by overrunning the trees. Come on.
The thought of the wood was in vain, for the fire came and consumed it.
But the thought of the wood was in vain. You trying to figure out how to battle the sea, and the fire is stronger than you. Gotcha. Burns you up. Read.
The thought of the floods of the sea came likewise to naught, for the sand stood up and stopped them.
And the sea thought they was gonna rush on the dry land and take over the woods, but you can't get past the beach. That's what it's for. It's a barrier. That's a deep parable. What does it mean? What does it mean, huh? Come on. 18.
Verse 18. If thou wert judged now.
He was reading it again.
Kind. Betwixt these two, whom wouldest thou begin to justify? Or whom wouldest thou condemn?
All right, so now, you saw what happened to the water. You saw what happened to the trees. Judge the matter. Who was wrong?
Everybody.
Everybody? You said that because he said it. Who was wrong? The woods or the water?
Stay out of this.
It's a balanced scale.
I lay my hand on my mouth.
It's over mine.
It's too high.
Spread it out. Spread it out. Spread it out. Spread it out.
It's over with now. We got it now, man.
Got it.
You gave it. Read on. We're gonna shut it down in a minute, y'all.
Verse 19. I answered and said, verily, it is a foolish thought that they both have devised. For the ground is given unto the wood, and the sea also is placed to bear his floods. Then answered he me, and said, thou hast given a right judgment, but thou judgest thou not thyself also.
So if you said the woods should have stayed in their place, and the water should have stayed in this place, why you don't think you need to stay in your place? Yeah, it's a cut. That's a cut. That's kind of like what Nathan did to David. What did Nathan do today? He told David, who know that parable? Who can tell it right? You can tell it right? He said a rich man a poor man had a sheep. That's the only thing he had. He raised the sheep since it was a baby, and the rich man came and said, what did he say?
He had many sheep already.
Okay, yeah.
But he wanted his sheep, and he raised up.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and
he slept with her like
he took his sheep.
He took
He took his sheep, and
the sheep even slept in his house.
Raised him
like a daughter. So the rich man had many sheep already, but took his favorite sheep. David, what should happen to the man? Death. David said he should be killed. Show me where he's at. And Nathan said, thou art that man. Ooh. And David, what did he do? He put on sackcloth and
7 days.
2 Samuel 12.
dang.
7 days.
Say what? He said, what scripture is that?
2 Samuel 12.
2 Samuel 12.
Read Samuel. Hey, read Samuel. Both of them. Read on, Knock. This is beautiful.
Verse 21. For like as the ground is given unto the wood, and the sea to his flood, even so they that dwell upon the earth may understand nothing, but that which is upon the earth.
Come on.
And he that dwelleth above the heavens may only understand the things that are above the height of the heavens.
Read.
Verse 22. Then answered I and said, I beseech thee, O Lord, let me have understanding.
That's what we need to be asking for. The disciples asked Yahushua, Lord, increase our faith. They asked for that. Esdras asked, give me understanding. Because look, what does the Bible say? Get wisdom. Wisdom is the principal thing. But with all our getting, get understanding. And we're searching to this day. You know, we all want understanding. But y'all have good understanding because y'all kept the Lord's Passover, which is a commandment against the king's commandment. Because the king said, don't do that. And we said, nah, we're going to serve the real king. You understand? That's a good understanding. You brothers kept the Sabbath last night. That's a good understanding. You brothers ate unleavened bread. That's a good understanding. You brothers abstain from lying. That's a good understanding. You brothers don't eat unclean foods. That's a good understanding. You brothers love your neighbor as yourself. That's a good understanding. Right? Y'all doing all right. Y'all doing better than you might think you're doing. You know? Y'all doing better than you might think you're doing, man. And the Most High is witness to that thing. I understand we got a lot of work to do. I understand that. But y'all doing better than you think you're doing, man. And take solace in that. All right? That the Most High see the effort y'all putting in to serve him, man. In this time. That he preserved you alive, quite possibly, maybe to see the judgment. Think about it. Y'all ever think about it? You might live to see the judgment. Not hear of the judgment while we had meat in the new moon in the kingdom. So how was it? How did it look? Yo, man, first I started floating in there. Then I went into a trance and I was on a glass firmament. I looked down. The angels was not moving, but we was floating. And there was a wheel inside a wheel and it was loud, man. And
Be one of them storytellers in the kingdom.
yo,
I seen the earth. About that. I seen the earth.
and the nations launched their missiles. They shot their arrows from the ends of the earth. And the explosion was blue and purple. I never seen this type of explosion. And people was melting. And Yahushua was laughing. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Being spiritual, I'm not saying it to go like that. We just like to talk like that. It's more.
If you want to keep going.
Come on. So when the brothers get tired, we stop.
Verse 23. For it was not my mind to be curious of the high things,
It's not my mind to be curious of the high things. Sirach taught you that. Come on.
but of such as pass by us daily. Namely, wherefore Israel is given up as a reproach to the heathen.
Now that's what he want to know. All right, I don't know them other things, but why the heathen get to mock me, man? Why they get to put my people in chains and be over us?
That's not now.
Come on.
And for what cause the people whom thou hast loved is given over unto ungodly nations.
And why you gave us the ungodly nations? Answer that, Awariala. Now, why we like this?
Why would he?
Why the little baby gotta smell weed smoke and cigarette smoke and be around bugged out niggas and careless women?
Don't know what's going on.
Why she can't have this upbringing? Why? Read on.
And why the law of our forefathers is brought to naught,
Come on.
and written covenants come to none effect. And we pass away out of the world as grasshoppers.
And
our life is an astonishment and fear.
come on.
And we are not worthy to obtain mercy.
Yo, Ezra's putting it on the Lord, man. He asking the right questions. He want the Most High to be like, all right, I give you the kingdom. All right, you sorry. It didn't go that way though. Read on.
What will he then do unto his name, whereby we are called? Of these things have I asked.
Come on.
Then answered he me, and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel.
The more you wonder, the deeper the rabbit hole get. Come on.
For the world hasteth fast to pass away.
Read.
And cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. But as concerning the things whereof thou asked me, I will tell thee.
Okay. All right. We're gonna get some answers. Y'all ready? I got no precepts for what he's about to say. It is just say what it say. Go ahead.
For the evil is sown but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
So y'all wicked, but your judgment, you think you've been judged already. You crying about being in captivity. That's not it. Y'all niggas going in slavery to America. Oh yeah. Oh no, wait. You're gonna discontinue from your heritage, brother. You're not even gonna know what tribe you're from, for sure. You're gonna have to have something called faith now. Your temple? What temple? What temple? You ain't got no temple. What land? Oh, I'm gonna put some corny bumites in your land.
Bastards.
That's half retarded. Weirdos.
Down syndrome.
That stink. Yeah. They're gonna take my Bible, flip it inside out backwards, and you're gonna weep, man. That ain't happened yet. See, Esdras don't know all this. Esdras think the end was then.
That captivity was what?
It was. Read on out.
Time.
These guys are
Verse
like babies.
29.
They're like babies, like they're goofing off, like they're goofy. Read.
Verse 29. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that it is sown with good?
So since that place hasn't been destroyed yet, and you haven't got your spanking yet, how can the good come? Read on.
For the grain of evil seed has been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning.
Damn. Read.
And how much ungodliness has it brought up unto this time?
You had to flood the earth. Abel died. You flood the earth. They built the Tower of Babel. Sodom and Gomorrah. What else?
Everything else.
Went into Egypt.
Golden calf.
Worshiping damn golden calf.
40 years of wilderness.
Amalek killing your people.
Yeah.
Gave over the Messiah to be the second.
Ground gotta open and swallow niggas.
Right.
Snakes.
Gotta go to Babylon. Solomon gotta fall.
Persian and Medes.
Nebuchadnezzar gotta come.
Yeah.
Gotta attack the
Charlemagne song.
The Rome gotta come.
Persian and Medes.
America.
That's a lot, man.
A lot of history.
And then you gotta burn. And then you gotta burn. The whole place gotta be burned.
This ain't cleansing.
And Esdras was trying to get out of it back then. That brother loved us, man. He didn't want none of this to happen to us. Read on, Doc.
And how much shall it yet bring forth until the time of threshing come?
The threshing, right? The threshing floor is where you take the wheat into the threshing floor. Wheat, the way they used to do it, they used to beat the wheat with like a nunchuck. It had a chain on it and a stick at the end. And they would beat the wheat, right? Then they would take a fan and fan the husk away and the grain would stay. That was the technique, the threshing floor.
Right.
So the Most High got to beat the earth and fan away the wicked. Go ahead.
Verse 31. Ponder now by thyself how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed hath brought forth.
Because he's talking about grain and the threshing, right? That's how you understand the parable. So he said, how great is the seed of evil in the earth, man? Come on.
And when the ears shall be cut down,
Which is corn. Come on.
which are without number, how great a floor shall they fill?
How big shall the threshing floor be of when I beat and destroy all the wicked and fan them away? It's a big threshing floor, right? Come on.
Then I answered and said, how and when shall these things come to pass? Wherefore are years few and evil.
Because Esdras is crying crocodile tears. He said, man, when is this going to happen? Because our years are few and evil, the ones we have now. That angel don't care, man. The angel don't care. A warrior, when you read, okay, go to 2nd Esdras 8 and 55, because we're going to get to it. That angel do not care. 2nd Esdras 8 and 55.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 8 and verse 55. And that the faces of them which have used
2nd Esdras 8 and 55.
I got it. You go back.
Yeah, stay where you are.
Okay.
2nd Esdras chapter 8 verse 55. And therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish.
Did that sound like the angel is sorry for niggas that gotta die? No. Stop asking me about all them people that's gotta perish. Read 2nd Esdras 8 and 3.
2nd Esdras chapter 8 verse 3.
Come on.
There be many created, but few shall be saved.
The angel don't care. Like, niggas gonna die.
Bye-bye.
People gonna die.
That's how it is.
You think that angel is listening to Esdras cry and complain? He came to bring a message, man.
Wait.
Read.
Verse 34, 2 Esdras chapter 4, verse 34. And he answered me, saying, do not thou hasten above the Most Highest, for thy haste is in vain. Be above him, for thou hast much exceeded.
Okay, he said you're trying to get beyond the Most High's boundaries. Read on.
Did not the souls also of the righteous ask questions of these things in their chambers, saying, how long shall I hope on this fashion? When cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward?
Because also the righteous is asking this. It's not just you, Esdras. There's righteous people praying every day like, yo, Yahweh, I'm not even doing wickedness. When you going to save us? Read on.
And unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer, and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he hath weighed the world in the balance.
Come on.
By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. And he doth not move nor stir them, until the said measure be fulfilled.
The Most High already marked the day this is over. And no crying or praying, moaning that you do is going to make that day come sooner. And nothing Esau can do can make that day come later. It's already set. The judgment is set. Read.
It is done.
Then answered I, and said, O Lord, that bearest rule, even we all are full of impunity.
Impiety. Somebody look that up. Impiety. What that mean? Keep reading.
Verse 39. And for our sakes, peradventure, it is that the floors of the righteous are not filled, because of the sins of them that dwell upon the earth.
So now he's trying to make this argument. The righteous aren't getting their prayer answered because of the sins of the wicked. We gotta be punished for what they doing. He's still trying to make the angel have mercy. Like, you really about to say that, okay, I get it now, but you about to say we about to be saved tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. You know, he's trying it, but the angel ain't hearing it, man. What's impiety mean?
Lack of pity or reverence, especially for a God.
So basically, he said we're filled with lack of respect for the Most High. Yeah. So Ezra is really admitting that we wicked, but he's saying, well, damn, but you gonna punish us too? Those of us that are trying? The angel's like, yeah.
I can't wait. Look at this thing.
Read.
Verse 40. So he answered me and said, go thy way to Salakia. So he answered me and said, go thy way to a woman with child, and ask of her when she hath fulfilled her 9 months, if her womb may keep the birth any longer within her.
In other words, now go find a woman that's pregnant that gave birth to a baby and ask her, could she have made the baby stay inside? It came when it was time to come. And there was nothing she could do about it. And you see that parable a lot. The Bible says like it's like a woman in the pangs of birth. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We see that a lot. Read on.
Then said I, no, Lord, thou can she not. And he said unto me, in the grave, the chambers of souls are like the womb of a woman.
Damn, so that's the spiritual world where the spirits are. It's filling up. It's gonna reach the point where it's full and everybody done been where they supposed to be, done what they gonna do. And the Most High gonna open up on this place, man.
Right.
And y'all wanna be on the right side of that.
Right.
Read on.
For like a woman that travaileth maketh haste to escape the necessity of the travail, even so do these places haste to deliver those things that are committed unto them.
And the scripture says the earth shall disclose his blood. Y'all heard that before, right? The earth shall disclose his blood. That's the chamber of souls being filled, and it's time for the earth to disclose his blood. Everything got to be brought to the light. All the wicked deeds and destructions and murders and all the oppression and killing, it got to come to the light, and it got to be a judgment for that. The earth got to disclose his blood. When that chamber of souls is filled, it's time. But you can't make that happen sooner or later. You got to wait till the Most High is ready for that to happen.
That's right.
Now really what the angel is not giving him much comfort. He just tell him, yo, it's gonna be what it's gonna be till it's not gonna be. Read on.
43. From the beginning, look, what thou desirest to see, it shall be shewed thee.
Come on.
Then answered I and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, and if it be possible, and if I be meet therefore, shew me then whether there be more to come than is past, or more past than is to come.
Esdras ain't done, man. He not done lobbying for when we gonna get out of here. So he said this, okay. If I meet your standard, if you like me, if I'm a good servant, has more been behind and there's little to go, or is it a little behind and more to go? At least tell me that, right? Go ahead. Esdras trying, man. Go ahead.
Verse 46. What is past, I know, but what is for to come, I know not.
See, even the angels don't know. Didn't how should I say that? Not even the angels in heaven know the time of the judgment. That's a precept for that. You should mark that. The angels don't know. He said, the past I know, I seen it. I seen it. That's 2nd Esdras 4 and 46. The past I know, I saw that. But what is to come? Only the Lord knows. We got to accept that, Israel. We got to stop calling the shot. Yo, the year 2000, we out of here. Oh, 2019 is the year. We out of here. Okay, 20
years is
okay,
up.
2020 to 400 years is up. We out of here. What angel ever said that?
No man knows the time.
No man know the time. Read on, we almost done.
Verse 47. And he said unto me, stand up upon the right side, and I shall expound the similitudes unto thee.
I'm gonna break down this parable. Go ahead.
So I stood and saw, and behold, an hot burning oven passed by before me.
And now you already know. Boom. I'm already scared. Why you start like that, Uriel?
Like, never mind.
Yeah, hot burning oven. You know, this angel is tired of wickedness too, man. Yeah. You know, the Most High charges the angels with folly, man. So he's on a different level than them, man. He's still perfecting them. And then you think about it, the angels got to be sent on missions to deal with our. They tired of us. The destroying angel, he was finally happy that he got unleashed. I can't wait to destroy 70,000 of you, stupid, wicked, disobedient, gainsaying. And I'm gonna keep killing you till the Most High say stop. You know,
He was probably saying that while he was killing people.
right?
Wicked, evil, gainsayers. You know what I'm saying?
Most High ain't tell me to stop. Ooh, I get more. The Most High had to say that's enough. All right.
Down skates.
Y'all don't know, man. This place is off.
Yeah. Been off.
Read out.
And it happened that when the flame was gone by, I looked, and behold, the smoke remained still.
Come on.
After this, there passed by before me a watery cloud, and sent down much rain with a storm. And when the stormy rain was past, the drop still remained.
So look, the heat and the fire come, and the residue, the repercussion stays. The smoke is behind. The storm cloud come, which was the hard part, but the raindrops, the repercussion remains. You gotta deal with it. It's more, it ain't done yet. It hasn't been washed away. The smoke hasn't cleared and the sun hasn't dried up the rain, right? Go ahead.
Then he said unto me, consider with thyself, as the rain is more than the drops, and as the fire is greater than the smoke, but the drops and the smoke remain behind, so the quantity which is past did more exceed.
So damn, what is behind was greater than what you see before you. So he gave him a little insight. Read on.
Then I prayed and said, may I live? Thinkest thou until that time? Or what shall happen in those days?
So what I just said earlier, we might be in that era where we might see the judgment. I could be 1,000% wrong.
He's living a cliffhanger. Yeah. He just gave him a cliffhanger. He's like, oh.
We could be nowhere near the judgment.
Yeah, right.
This place gonna go to hell. And even worse, man.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right? You can see worse abominations than now. Read out.
Verse 52, he answered me and said, as for the tokens whereof thou askest me, I may tell thee of them in part, but as touching thy life, I am not sent to shew thee, for I do not know it.
And the angel's telling you he don't know what's going to happen with you. Only the Most High, man. So now you want to read 2nd Esdras, don't you? Want to keep reading. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop.
Gotta get it in.
Good reading, brother. That was interesting. Kanor want to say something. He want to take over. That was good reading. That was good.
Good reading, brother.
That leveled up your wisdom too. It gave him greater insight. Come on.
Stop the tape.
Yeah, turn it off.
Turn it off. Stop it.